I'm a divorced single dad, father of 5 kids. It can be tough raising kids today. Believe me, there are high times and low times. It comes with the territory. But in all my years of parenting, I try to give some good advice for those parents who are out there willing to listen. My name is Price Van Ray, and welcome to my show. Today we're going to be talking about 10 lessons I want to instill in my child. But first, I want to congratulate all the new parents out there. Boy, are you in for the time of your life. This is an exciting time and a great adventure, so cherish every moment. Now on with the show. So we're going to be talking about 10 lessons I want to instill in my child. That's right. You know, when you have a child, you want to teach your child positive things, great things. I mean, these are life lessons that will go with them their entire life. And hopefully they can reflect back on them and use them and say, hey, these are what my parents taught me. Now, first I would probably say the first lesson you want to teach is, if you're thankful, show it. That's right. If you're thankful, you want to say thank you and you want to be happy. Somebody does something nice for you, be thankful. And you want to show it. Somebody helps you, that's great. I remember when I had a house, my neighbor, he was a lot older. He was having trouble mowing his lawn, so I went over and I helped him. And he was thankful. You know what he said? Hey, Price, thank you. It really means a lot. I smiled. So, that's like a two-way street. He was thankful and he showed it. I didn't have a problem helping him. But you want your child to be like that too. You want your child to be thankful somebody does something for them, opens a door, gives them some water when they're thirsty. I mean, whenever somebody does something nice, Another one is, if you love someone, you tell them. These are good lessons. You say, hey, I love you. You want to tell them. They have to communicate. You have to show, hey, this is what I feel. I love you, and I'm just going to tell you. So that's it. Hey, Mom, Dad, guess what? I love you. Boy, that really means a lot to your parents, I'll tell you. I mean, lessons you want to instill in your child is something very valuable, worth more than a pocket full of gold. That's right. More than a pocket full of gold. Gold's valuable, but you know what's more valuable? Teaching your child important lessons in life. Another thing is, this is very important, if you're wrong, fess up. My parents always told me, they instilled this in me. If you lie, you cheat. If you cheat, you steal. I believe that's one of the best things they ever told me, because it's true. If you're wrong, fess up. You don't want to lie. You just don't want to lie. It's not a good thing. Teach your child to be good. Teach your child to have some morals. Teach them confidence. But teach them, yes, when you're wrong, you must fess up. It's the right thing to do. Who messed up the house? Which one of you kids messed up the house? Wait, what are you doing? You're pointing your finger at each other? No. Fess up. Who did it? Johnny, you did it? Beth, you did it? And then when they fess up, you say, okay, listen, you have to deal with that situation. Well, you messed it up, so how about we all clean it up and we'll learn from this. We can't make a mess like this. Another one is, come home, there's a broken glass on the floor. Who broke the glass on the floor and left it there? Nobody says anything. You're like, one of you guys did. I mean, unless it fell by itself. I doubt it did that. But you want to teach them, hey, you broke it, fess up. Tell the truth. If you're wrong, hey, fix it. It's easy to fix something. Hopefully it's easy. Hopefully there'll be nothing so broken that it can't be fixed. Teach your child these 10 lessons. These are lessons I want to instill in my child. I have 5 of them. So what, that's 5 times 10, that's 50? 50 lessons to each kid. That's right. Another one is, if you're confused, you ask questions. That's right. You don't want your child to be confused all the time and say, what do I do? No, you teach your child to ask questions, to communicate. If you're confused, honey, ask a question. If you don't understand, ask a question. Because you want to help your child grow as a person. Because that's what your child is. Your child is going to be an adult one day. They're going to have to learn. Now listen to this. If they're thankful, they have to show it. If they love someone, they tell them. If they're wrong, they have to fess up. And if they're confused, that's right, they must ask questions. These are important traits that your child has to have. These are lessons. You have to instill these in your child. And they'll be thankful for it. That's right. And you know what? They'll show it. That's right, they will. Here's another one, another lesson. If you learn something, teach others. That's right. So, my dad, he tried to teach me how to fish. I couldn't do it. To this day, I'm just not a fisherman. Maybe because I don't have the patience or the interest, but every time I go out there and I try to go fishing and I throw the line in the water, I never get anything. Everybody else gets something. I get absolutely nothing, but I hear a lot of my friends say, oh yeah, I get fish all the time. And I went to the bridge, this bridge where I used to live at. Everybody's catching fish left and right. But guess what? I didn't catch anything. I decided no more. That's it. I'm not going to waste my time. But you know what? Those people there who knew how to fish, they learned something, but they didn't teach me. That's right. And you know what? I was a little confused and I didn't ask any questions. You know that? But in life, it can always be like a two-way street too. The other thing is, if you're stuck, you want to ask for help. That's right. If you're stuck, you ask for help. Anyways, if you make a mistake, teach your child, they have to apologize. You must apologize if you make a mistake. This is something you just want to teach your kids. Hey, listen, you made a mistake, so mistakes happen. And you can learn from your mistakes. Don't tell your child they can never not learn from a mistake. We're all going to make mistakes in life. It's just the way it is. It's how life is. And when we make a mistake, we apologize. We have to teach our kids that kind of confidence, that they can stand up for themselves and they know the right thing to do. They made a mistake. If you trip or fall, you got to get back up. That's right. In life, you are going to trip. You are going to fall. It happens. You have to tell your child, it's inevitable not to make a mistake, not to fall. As a child, when we ride a bicycle, we do fall. We get skin knees. We bleed a little bit. We're hurt. We're sad. But we do get back up. And we get back up on that bike and we ride. And we ride better than we ever did before. That's what we do. We get back up. And your child needs to know, hey, in life, that's what we're going to do. And, life is not going to be perfect. You are going to fall. You are going to run into a roadblock. We all do it as adults. But you can't quit. I always said, winners never quit. Quitters never win. And you need to tell your child, no matter what, when you trip and fall, you get back up. Yeah, you'll be there to support them. I mean, when a child falls off a bike, you're going to run over and help them up. But that child needs to know one day, daddy or mommy might not be there. And we need to know that you will get back up on your feet. You'll stand. And you will be okay. And life will get better. That's right. Another thing you want to teach your kid, another lesson is if someone needs help, you help them. Come on, even if you saw a dog on the side of the road that was in pain and needed help, you'd help. I'm going to tell you something, about a week ago. True story. I came home late in the morning and it was really dark. It was probably 2 or 3 in the morning. I get to the front door of the house I open the door and the door's creaking, but it sounds like a cat. I'm like, are you kidding me? This door scared me. I look over in the corner because I hear it again. And there was a cat over in the corner crying. On the porch, it's real dark. I thought it was my daughter's cat that somebody let it outside. I'm like, are you kidding me? They let the cat out? They shouldn't let the cat out. They should come down and make sure the cat's okay. So I walk over to the cat. And I realize from the street light peering down on the porch, it wasn't her cat. It was a kitten. Kitten was outside on my porch crying. So I sat down and started petting the cat. And I'm going to tell you, I'm sort of a germaphobe. You know, I've in the past, I've had a cat that was infested with fleas and it went all through the house. It was terrible. Another lesson learned. So I played with the kitten. I said, oh, this is a pretty nice kitten. Very nice. And it was still crying. I said, maybe it's hungry. So I called my youngest daughter down, woke her up. She was upset, but when she got downstairs, being the animal lover she is, her face lit up. She said, Dad, it's a kitten. Can we keep it? I said, no, honey, we have enough animals in the house right now. We have 2 dogs and we have 2 cats. Yep. Can't bring another one in. We all have our own little friend animal. So I think she might have turned the light on or something. So and this went on for about 20 minutes and she's begging, Dad, can we keep it? Dad, can we keep it? I said, listen, no. But I gave in. I said, okay, bring it upstairs. And I looked on my shirt to make sure there weren't any black specks on it, because that would have meant fleas. I checked the cat's ears. They seemed clean. I said, well, it looks like a clean kitty, so we can't keep it. Maybe one of the neighbors lost it, so we'll wait and see if anybody says anything. And if they don't say anything, I guess we'll give the cat a home. Suffice to say, the cat is still here. But, I guess at that time, I taught my child, if someone needs help, you help them. So the cat is here, safe, it's eating, and we helped it. But that goes for people too. People in life need help. All people need help. Everybody. And when somebody needs help, you want to help them. Do you need a helping hand? Do you need a quarter? Do you need, you need a ride somewhere? Do you need a friend? Do you need somebody to listen? I'm here to listen. I will help you. Need a helping hand. Another thing is, if you see wrong, you take a stance. That's right. If you see something wrong, a lesson for your child, tell them to take a stance. You're always going to see something in life, and your child is going to see something, whether, especially nowadays when it comes to kids, whether it's bullying, teasing, hitting. One of the big things now is bullying, cyberbullying. Somebody calls somebody a name. Even at school, they say, hey, you're this, or hey, you're that. You take a seat and say, hey, listen, we don't need to be saying stuff like that to somebody. Who do you think you are? Does it make you feel like a big person? Don't talk to so-and-so this way. Or don't push so-and-so this way. Don't talk about so-and-so this way. You see something wrong. You might see somebody steal something. Hey, we don't steal. Put that back. What do you think you're doing? No, that's wrong. Do not steal. See somebody lie. Hey, that's it. No. Okay? And we can always go back and say, if you're thankful, you show it. Somebody gives somebody something and they don't say thank you. Just remind them, say, hey, listen. Say you're welcome. How hard is it to say you're welcome? Just say it. Thank you, you're welcome. It's an easy thing. I mean, these 10 lessons I want to instill in my child. I want to teach my children, hey, this is what we do. Like some of the basic things. I mean, there's always going to be things in life you want to instill in your child. Of course. Your children are like sponges. They soak up so much information. But you want to make sure that your child gets good messages, gets great lessons from you, because I'm telling you, You are going to be great parents. You're going to be absolutely great parents because you know why? You wanted a child, and you have a child, and that child needs you. That child's going to need your love. That child is going to need you throughout their whole life. Being a parent's not a one-day thing. It's not a 2-day thing. It's not a week thing. It's not a month thing. It's not a year thing. Do you know what being a parent is? Being a parent is a forever thing. And for all you dads out there, guess what? Being a parent means you are going to be a dad forever. That's right. You're going to be a forever dad. So I'm going to tell you, love your child, teach them great lessons. You want the best for your kids. They mimic everything you do. So you just want to make sure if you don't want your child doing something bad, you don't do something bad. You don't show your child, hey, this behavior is good. If you're wrong, fess up, right? That's what I said. Tell your child you love them. If you love someone, tell them. I mean, these are lessons you should probably already know, and you probably do. I mean, let's face it, if you get stuck, you ask for help. How many times have you gone driving somewhere? Driving in another state or going on vacation, you need to get directions. I'm going to give you a little story. I remember when I was younger, my parents took us across country. They do that every now and then. Gas was very cheap. And, of course, my dad sometimes would get lost. He would never ask for help. There would be people on the side of the road. He just has to pull over and ask for help. Instead of wasting gas, he wouldn't do it. Never. Finally, he would. But, I mean, that's like closing the barn door after the animals all left, right? I mean, true. But I'm going to tell you, when I was younger and when I got lost, and when I still do get lost, I will pull over to the side of the road and I will ask for help. Because these are lessons I was taught. But I'm going to tell you, sometimes there are parents out there who don't know these lessons, so the other one has to pick it up. You know, if it's your father or your mother, or if it's a father and a father, or if it's a mother and a mother, or whoever it is, I'm going to tell you, these are lifelong lessons, 10 lessons that you should want to instill in your child to make them a better person, not only in the world, but a better person to themselves, so they know, hey, this is what's expected, this is who I am, this is what I should do. I'm going to go over it again. If you're thankful, show it. That's right. If you love someone, you tell them. True. If you are wrong, fess up. And if you're confused, ask questions. If you learn something, teach others. If you're stuck, what do? Ask for help. That's right. If you made a mistake, let me ask you this, what do you do? If you make a mistake, what do? You apologize. You say, I'm sorry. If you trip, you get back up. Because like I said, everybody falls. And you're going to fall in life. There's going to be rocks and bumps and everything on the way. You got to get back up. And if somebody needs help, you help them. And the last one, last but not least, if you see wrong, you take a stance. That's a brave thing, taking a stance. When you got to stand up to somebody, when you know somebody's wrong and you say, hey, you're wrong, I'm taking a stance. That's right. Take a stance. 10 lessons I want to instill in my kids. 10 lessons I hope you want to instill in your kids as well. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for listening today. I will see you next time. And remember this one last bit of advice. Tomorrow is never promised. So don't go to bed angry at your child or anyone you love. And before you go to bed tonight, hug your child and tell them, I will love you forever, Dad. See you next time here on Forever Dad. Goodbye.